Hello, everyone, and welcome to Building on Hope's virtual reveal celebration. I'm Grace McGinnis, your host on this snowy evening. Obviously, in the past, we've been able to gather in person on the project site for the grand reveal, but 2020 had other plans for us. But regardless, we are so excited to show you the final finished product of the fully renovated Nashua PAL Youth Safe Haven for the very first time, along with some milestones and highlights along the way. So without further ado, let's hear from Karen Vanderbeeken, Building on Hope co-chair.
Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be with you tonight. I just want to start with explaining a little bit about Building on Hope. Building on Hope is a group of New Hampshire volunteers from all walks of life who come together to improve a nonprofit so that they can better execute their mission. Every 2 years, we come together and bring together hundreds of businesses and volunteers to make repairs and improvements to a deserving nonprofit with donated products and services. We celebrated 10 years of service just last year, and Nashua PAL is our 6th project. Past renovations include the Easter Seals Crow House, Girls Inc., Opportunity Networks, Manchester PAL, Michael Briggs Community Center, and the Crisis Center of New Hampshire. Just a few months after the renovation of the Crisis Center in Concord, we began planning for our 2020 project in the fall of 2018. More than 20 nonprofits responded to our request for proposals. And after we reviewed them, we visited the 7 finalists. We selected Nashua PAL because we felt we would have the greatest impact on the community. Sean Nelson, the executive director, and his staff were already doing wonderful work with the youth in the inner city. And if we could give them a renovated building with modern furnishings and technology and new accessories, we felt that the youth would want to come every day and stay. Also, we felt that the project would garner a lot of community support. Building on Hope is based on partnerships. And we thought that Sean, his staff, the board of directors, the police department, and the city of Nashua would be great partners. And we were not disappointed. They were just phenomenal. Our monthly meetings began in February 2019. We began by assembling a cast of designers and general contractors. And in the meantime, architectural designs were being done. Dream meetings with Sean and the staff, with the designers, enabled them to tell the designers what they were hoping for the different spaces of the building. And then the designers went back and designed their spaces. In November 2019, we had a full designer presentation to the entire group, and they were able to explain their plans, and everything was going along just fine. After the holidays, we began meeting every 2 weeks. We started finalizing plans for our 10-day extreme makeover type of renovation in the middle of May, just like we have with all of the other projects. But in March, COVID put a halt to that plan. Instead, we opted to do the project using small groups of individuals by trade. Sean moved his staff out of the building along with the kids at the end of June, and then the demolition phase began. Here we are in mid-December. COVID is still raging, but Building on Hope and its many volunteers have accomplished what I consider a major feat. We're sorry that we can't be with you in person, but tonight you're going to see the culmination of all the work conducted over the last 2 years. And I know you're going to be very pleased with the results. The renovated building has been reconfigured with a teaching kitchen, a new creative learning center, an expanded game room, 5 new bathrooms, flexible meeting spaces, creative play center, a new pantry, and spruced up offices for the staff. Remember the step in the middle of the lobby? Well, that's gone. When the elevator is complete, the building will be ADA compliant. And just down the street, the garden has been beautified and made children friendly. We have over 400 companies and individuals who have contributed to this project. And we can't thank you enough for all that you have done to bring this newly renovated building back to the youth of the inner city of Nashua. I want to thank Sean, his staff, the board of directors, the Nashua Police Department, and the city of Nashua for their patience and their support throughout this project. It is our sincere hope that the youth will thrive there and the building will truly be a safe haven and learning in the years to come. Before I hand it back over to Grace, I want to put one more plug in for our t-shirts. We still have many left if you pick one up. Thank you very much and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Karen. You heard it here. If you need a t-shirt, you know who to call. So let's first get started. We have some video footage coming up for you, but let's start by taking a look back at portions of the build.
What I love most about this project is how the mission of PAL and the mission of Building on Hope align so well together. It's all about fostering positive relationships in the community. It's all about building communities up and assisting those in the community who need it most. Nashua has been an incredible community partner. Businesses and people from all across the city have come together to support this project, which speaks volumes about all of the great work that Nashua PAL is doing. So to be a small part of assisting them in growing their program, in growing their presence in Nashua is something to really be proud of. And this project certainly does that. In light of COVID and all of the bumps in the road that it brought to the project and all of the changes that it created, the way that everybody was able to adjust and pivot and evolve and still get the work completed was unbelievable. Everybody still came together. All the work is being done. Everybody is working responsibly. Everybody is still so engaged and involved in making sure that this is the best building that Nashua PAL could ever dream of. At no point in time did anybody ever say, I'm out. Everybody was still all in, whether it was gonna take an extra 6 weeks or an extra 6 months. We are really, really proud to be able to give this gift to Nashua PAL. And I think that having to work within the restrictions that this pandemic has placed on the project made it even more important. You know, it's even more important now than ever that kids have a place to go that is a safe, healthy environment. And so this building is definitely that.
This is just one of the many things that we like to do to help out as much as we can with local communities. We always are trying to give back.
I've been the site coordinator here since middle of August and just seen this project through. It's a busy time coordinating all the different subs for each of all the rooms and making sure everything's moving forward as quickly, as safely as possible. It's a tremendous project, seeing how many contractors are sending their people here, donating their time, material, how many different people have come together to make this gorgeous project come to fruition. It's been a tremendous honor to be able to be part of this.
So I'm the volunteer coordinator for Building on Hope, and this project has been very different than our past projects. Some good, some bad, I guess. We're all dealing with COVID, and we all know what that entails. We asked people last year to do something in a week's time or even a month's time, and now we asked them to go through the whole summer and please be available when you've been out of work, and now we need you to come in and build something, and they don't have time to do it. So as far as labor is concerned, that's been hard to find. But what's been better is it's more manageable, and we can spread out the work, and people are getting to come in and spend some time in their rooms by themselves instead of being on top of each other. And the Nashua community has been unbelievable, right down to pizza deliveries, to people who can't paint but who can rake, and who can't put a bunch of leaves in a bag. So it's really amazing how good people feel when they come through and are able to donate some of their time. I always walk away from these projects being totally amazed at the people that come forward and just want to do something. It's really heartwarming.
Heartwarming is certainly the word. What a journey. After essentially a year of planning and months of a phased build schedule, we'll bring you up to last week. In the interest of everyone's safety, we held a closed ribbon cutting ceremony, which we'll show you shortly. But before we get to that, I have 2 letters to share with you. The first from Governor Chris Sununu, and it reads, "Dear friends, congratulations on the ribbon cutting for the renovation of the Nashua Police Athletic League Youth Safe Haven. Building on Hope is a wonderful organization that has completed over $4.1 million in nonprofit renovation projects since 2010. This year, they have worked diligently to design and plan for a complete renovation of the Nashua Police Athletic League Youth Safe Haven. Nashua's young people deserve a safe space to gather after school, and the Police Athletic League's programs offer invaluable mentoring, leadership opportunities, and educational experiences. I commend Building on Hope for their efforts to help these deserving nonprofits, and I send my best wishes to the Nashua Police Athletic League in their new and improved space. Sincerely, Christopher T. Sununu, Governor." The next letter I have is from United States Senator Jeanne Shaheen, which reads, "Dear friends, I wish I could join you all as we gather virtually to witness the recent renovations to the Nashua PAL Youth Safe Haven. Please know that I am with you in spirit as we celebrate these improvements and reflect on the important role of Nashua PAL in offering guidance and support to the city's youth. Thank you to everyone involved, especially the many volunteers from Building on Hope, for lending their time and talents to this meaningful endeavor. In this improved facility, countless children will have a newfound opportunity to participate in sports and educational activities at no cost. Nashua PAL empowers these children, giving them the confidence to succeed while promoting values like teamwork, perseverance, and hard work. It also develops an environment of trust between law enforcement officers and the city's youth. We should take a moment to recognize the men and women whose efforts brought the vision of a beautiful, upgraded space to reality. Yet the volunteers, builders, suppliers, and designers from Building on Hope provide so much more than a renovated building. Their hard work raises awareness of deserving nonprofits in a way that will garner more community support for their worthy missions. Together, their work is a testament to the deep and abiding faith and community that exists throughout the state of New Hampshire. My best wishes to all of you as you continue your good work. Sincerely, Jean Shaheen, United States Senator. And now we have a video message from United States Senator Maggie Hassan, followed by the ribbon cutting ceremony video.
Hello, I'm Senator Maggie Hassan. I'm sorry that I could not join you in person, but congratulations on this ribbon cutting for the Nashua Police Athletic League Youth Safe Haven. And thank you to Building on Hope and all of your volunteers for making this project happen. The Nashua PAL does important work to protect vulnerable children and teens throughout this region. By providing a safe environment outside of school, the PAL helps improve the lives of young people, gives them opportunities to build critical leadership skills, and lays a foundation for their future success. In addition, the PAL also helps foster trusting relationships between at-risk youth and local law enforcement. Through this new renovation project, Building on Hope is helping the Nashua PAL further its mission. These new renovations will help the PAL expand its services and provide more young people with the resources that they need to learn, grow, and thrive. Thank you again to Building on Hope for your work on this project and for helping to support children in Nashua and our entire state. I'd also like to thank everyone involved with the Nashua PAL for your service and for all that you do to build a brighter future for our children. Thank you, stay safe, and keep up the great work.
My name's Jonathan Hawley. I'm co-chair of Building on Hope, and you're going to hear this morning from Mayor Donchis and a few others in terms of what those achievements have been.
The day that Sean came in, Sean Nelson, to say that Building on Hope was going to be helping us in Nashua rebuild the PAL Center was definitely a good day, and that was really good news. Because PAL, under Sean's leadership and under the board, has for a long, long time been providing a great mentorship for kids from this neighborhood and really all over the city. The leadership that they provide, the after-school programs, the just the positive values that they reinforce has been just tremendous. And of course, we cannot talk about PAL, Police Athletic League, without talking about thanking the police department for being instrumental in getting this off the ground and keeping it going for all of these years. It's a great organization, and now, based upon the wonderful work that Building on Hope has done, we have a new PAL Center, which that I am very anxious to see, and I know you're going to give us a tour soon. So just thank you to everyone that's involved.
Good morning. My name is Karen Vanderbeeken, co-chair along with Jonathan Halley of Building on Hope. I just want to make it clear that Building on Hope is really a facilitator of volunteers in the community who come together to do something positive for a nonprofit, a deserving nonprofit. So we're kind of the catalyst, and then we ask companies and individuals to get involved. And this project has been no different. We've had 300 companies help in big ways and small ways to make this building new again. And tens of volunteers, about 100 volunteers have helped as well. Nashua has been very welcoming to us. I would say of all the projects that we've done, The mayor on down have been extremely supportive, and whatever we needed, they said yes, which is so huge when you are working on a project of this size, to have people right behind you supporting you. The police department, Chief Mike, has been on every weekly call and just showing that support. He was there last night helping hide things in the building for the tour today. And so the police have been just wonderful to work with. When we started working with Sean, he had dreams for this building. And we selected Nashua PAL because we believe that youth in this area deserve it. And the staff are passionate about helping the youth in this community. And we are very, very pleased to have been working with them. Jen Miller, an extraordinary development person. She was fantastic to work with. We were very, very fortunate that we were able to work with her. We're handing this building over to you, Sean. We hope that you will, it will be here for future generations. We know that you are passionate about the youth and their dreams and their promise. I again want to thank all of the companies that helped us. They are just extraordinary as well, large and small. I can't single anyone out because there are just so many. And there are some big companies, but there are also some small companies that did big things. So we are just indebted to them. So, Sean, we're not going to give you the keys today, but why don't you come over and talk a little bit about the programs.
So we get the keys on Friday. Volunteers. Nashua PAL is an organization that's been around for more than 30 years and survives, thrives because of its volunteers. And this project is an example of that. Literally hundreds of volunteers, contractors, electricians, plumbers, snow removal services. We touched upon every category that there is in construction, and for the most part, folks that said, I want to be part of this, and don't worry about that bill. We're going to throw that away. And that's how we are pulling this off. That's how Building on Hope has done it for more than 10 years. And we are excited to be on that list. Did you say $2 million?
Yeah.
So that's a $2 million investment in the toughest area of our city. I could paint lots of gross statistics about this neighborhood, but I'd rather talk to you about the families, the kids, the folks that are here at this center every day. It is going to be an investment that for sure lasts generations. So thank you to Building on Hope. Thank you to all of you. We are ecstatic that we were part of this Building on Hope project, and can't wait to get the keys. The kids have been asking for a long time, when are we getting in there? And they're about to see it on Friday. So we are excited to show them, excited to see what's next for us and continue to invest in our community. So thank you all very much.
Is your anticipation at an all-time high? I'm sure you're all getting eager to see the final product. So if you need to refill your drink or get a snack, make it quick, because the moment you've all been waiting for is here. So for the very first time, let's take a look at all that's been accomplished with the virtual tour of the new and improved Nashua PAL Youth Safe Haven and surrounding community.
My name is Justin. I'm from Nashua, and we are excited to be part of the Building on Hope project, or really the energy of the Building on Hope project has come to support this growing space. This is a space that we've called the Mother's Garden. We have a lot of mothers in the neighborhood with young children that grow food here in Nashua. They live in the neighboring streets. They don't have the space or the resources necessarily at their apartments to grow food. So we put this right in their neighborhood so that they can come down here, they can grab food, their kids can learn how to grow food. The great part about this space this year and the additions that were made, a lot of them are around bringing a little bit of activity, things for the kids to do while they're here in the garden.
I'm Lisa Law, and I'm a feng shui consultant, and I wanted it to be a sensory garden, appeal to all 5 senses for the kids. We have smells from flowers and plants that we've planted.
My name's Cheryl O'Donnell, and I'm from COD Decorative Painting. So this is one thing I did, was adding sunflowers on the wall. It had graffiti before, so we painted it out and popped a row of sunflowers across from this beautiful PAL toddler garden.
I'm Melissa Cosman. I'm the children's pastor at Crossway Christian Church. And we have a wonderful group of volunteers who helped build a musical wall for the toddlers to play on, and also a small little mud kitchen.
We wanted a safe place for the kids to be while their moms are gardening. So it's all fenced in, and now they have this safe place to play.
Hi, my name's Eric Brand. I'm with P&L Landscaping. We looked at some other areas of what we could do to help improve the area a little bit more, with some walking paths and a bench where the mothers and children, anybody could rest while either children are playing or people are working on the garden areas. We came up with a little idea of doing a hopscotch area out of the stepping stones in order to try to make a little fun activity for the kids and parents alike.
There are a lot of people that live in just this tiny couple of blocks here, so we're thrilled to have this as another thriving space here in Nashua.
So I wanted to have this happy vibe on the outside that's going on the inside. And I watched the kids playing out in the playground, and they literally were on scooters and doing cartwheels and riding bikes across the yard. And I had this vision of the kids playing happily down the sidewalk, coming to the building. So we have the beautiful flags to soften the fence area. We have Manny's amazing murals, which really add a lot to the whole neighborhood. And then we're bringing some decorative elements up onto the building. And in feng shui, our front doors are really important. So Kelly Leitner, one of the architects, helped me create these beautiful panels.
I'm responsible for the lobby. I want it to be inviting because I think the lobby is sort of like your first impression of a building. One of the first things you'll see when you walk in is the custom-made wallpaper. I just wanted something that's kind of eye-catching, that sort of brings your eye up, and then also kind of pulls you right to the door too, so you kind of know where to go as far as entering the main floor of the building. Ideally, when you walk in, the space now has 2 counter heights, one for adults and one for kids. I painted the railing navy blue, and I also took the colors from their logo, and the logo itself became the mosaic. So the goal was to kind of bring your eye around the corner, especially if you have to go downstairs. And then when you round the corner, you'll see this giant mosaic. And then it also gave me an area to put plaques where we could celebrate the past officers that have served at PAL. You'll see that they're engraved for the past officers, and then I left some blank ones around so that they have enough for future officers that have served. There's a bench, and I worked with a bunch of the kids back in January, and I had them do drawings. So each of the kids designed the patterns themselves.
So we've sort of decided to do a reception area in more of a neutral color palette. We're sort of making that look a little bit more rustic with, right now the reclaimed wood look is kind of in. So we're doing some reclaimed wood shelves. We left the exposed brick in there, which gives us also that more industrial look.
As a place for somebody to sit down and have an office area that they didn't have previously in the building. Somebody
can sit and greet people coming and going from the building.
We had so much fun designing the game room. We've added a ton of storage to this room. The wall between the kitchen and the game room is now filled with closed storage and some open backpack cubbies in a few really fun colors. There's a large sliding door that opens up to the kitchen. The door has a really cool orange acrylic panel insert that coordinates nicely with other elements in the space, like a large decorative light fixture. On one wall, we've arranged pieces of felt to look like a large game of Tetris. This brings a lot of great color to the room and will also help with acoustics. At the back of the room, we have a blue accent wall with some fun Mario decals along the top, and a new bumper pool table and accessories are tucked in the back corner. Also throughout the space, there are some other new games like Giant Connect 4, Shuffleboard, and Jenga. There are 2 TVs in the game room. One is wall mounted and the other is mounted on a mobile TV cart. On the back side of the cart is a large whiteboard, and the cart's on wheels so it can be easily moved around the space as needed. Nearly all the furniture is flexible, so everything can be easily rearranged to accommodate numerous activities.
So the purpose of the kitchen was to be a teaching kitchen for the children, and over our shoulder we have the game room. So the point of the kitchen is to have cooking demonstrations, teach the kids about healthy eating, how to prepare healthy meals, plus this is functional where they will prepare meals and snacks for the kids while they're here. So 1 or 2 children might be in the kitchen at one time, but the rest of them through the pass-through have a nice area where they can get a nice look and see what's going on with the demonstration.
Our space is the hallway and the first floor and the PAL officer's office. The space of the office is kind of unique. It's a small space. It's pretty simple, pretty functional space with a desk for Ben and for Jayla. Storage was needed, but the way I injected some fun in was the ceiling. I had started with a theme of patriotism and kind of wanted the excitement factor in without a lot of stars and stripes, so I went for a ceiling mural of fireworks.
Originally there was 1 bathroom and it was functional, but it was not ADA compliant, and it really wasn't very pretty. It was very utilitarian.
We're doing 2 bathrooms. One's ADA compliant and the other one has some greater utility features.
Like Greg said, one is ADA compliant, so that now we'll have grab bars and a sink that's appropriate for ADA use, and the other one has a mop sink and some other utilitarian features.
So I selected the Creative Learning Center. Collectively, we really wanted to think about how we could bring some really amazing technology to the kids, something that they didn't have. There's some robotics involved. There's lots of new technology. So there's Chromebooks, there's charging stations. I ended up doing a special bookcase art piece wall that I kept hidden for quite some time. And we have a loft that we put in, and it's called the Littles Learning Loft. And there's kind of some special elements in there with the big built-in dollhouse with the American Girl dolls and all the furniture.
When you're heading upstairs, heading towards the boxing ring, we have marquee boxing letters, and then we also put a cork board.
I was tasked with designing the boxing office for Coach Mo. So I decided that because it was a small footprint of a room, I would need built-in desk system. Mike Turcott installed the cabinetry for us. He installed the shelves for Coach Mo's memorabilia, and he installed a trapdoor to house some of the plumbing. We also had a decal put on the wall of Muhammad Ali with his famous quote, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." And we put in a few other little knickknacks for him to make it homey, a bulletin board for him to take notes on. We put in this beautiful window in order for him to watch over the boxing ring when he's in his office working so that he can keep tabs on everybody.
As you round the corner downstairs, there's some artwork that's hanging, and I purposely did these sort of DIY frames where they can easily take the plexiglass off and the art and replace the artwork. And then as you're walking down the stairs, there's 4 pieces that are called needle punch, and they're very tactile. And then when you round the corner again, you get another piece of artwork that Cheryl did, which is beautiful, which I'm calling like a little wishing wall because it's the dandelions that, you kind of make a wish and blow. And we put some wall dots on there too. So you can kind of, touch the dots and make a wish.
This is the basement bathrooms of the Nashua Police Athletic League building. We have a small little hall vestibule area leading into the 2 bathrooms where we are sticker bombing. And we've been collecting stickers for the past year to be able to create an area of interest leading into our bathrooms where we are creating a one-of-a-kind art mural based on the work of Chantal Martin. She is known for her line drawings.
Look her up, pretty cool.
She's awesome. And this is one-of-a-kind art created by Impeccable Ness.
I had the honor of doing Sean, the director's office. It's an 8x8 room, and he's the size of an NFL linebacker. So Sean wanted a stand-up desk. He mostly stands to do his work. However, we did accommodate a stool for him because there's times we just have to relax. He needed storage. We gave him the storage. We brought in some outside aspects of the brick. It's warm, it's comfortable, but I was able to find a great desk that folds down, but it can expand out to accommodate 4 people. Then I had to take my vision to the hallway, which is a little bit dark, so I brought in some sunshine and color to brighten up the space.
I've been involved with Building on Hope for a few projects now. And this one here was really kind of special because it's right in Nashua, my hometown, where I was born and raised.
So when I met with Sean right in the beginning, this room, he just wanted to have just a small table, a few chairs, and just an extra meeting room. The room next door, the intern hub / he called it think tank, was for the many interns that they have coming through. So some of the things they needed were lockers, and a smart board in there, and just whiteboards, places to have the teens in there and him do programs and whatnot with them.
We have the Creative Play Center, which is in the basement. It was a pretty large room. It's kind of the main gathering space of the building. A lot of activities happening there. We had a vision of colorful, bright, open.
In the Creative Play Center, I did a few tree murals, and we also did a nice big rainbow.
One of the things we wanted to do was have a nice area of cabinetry to allow the kids to store their art in a cleanup sink. We have folding cafeteria tables that can be pushed aside. We have a pull-down projector. The yoga mat shelves in the back of the room here is where all of the mats will be placed for the kids when they are doing yoga and creative dance. On the back wall, we have a whiteboard, and that's going to allow the kids to do possibly some lessons, as well as around it, they can hang their artwork that's done.
I am pleased to be doing in this facility the admin office. So Jen came from upstairs and she wasn't real thrilled about having to come down into the basement. So my goal for her room was to bring the outdoors in and improve the lighting and give her something to be excited about. So the green is for the outdoors. We have a little purple accent. I've got some bright, colorful paintings and rug. I've put some plants in the windows and on the floor to bring it all to life. And then, that's the pretty part, but the functional part was to have lots of desk space, chairs for visitors, lots of storage, and so we're squeezing a lot in to one small room.
I've got a wonderful team here that helped us do the pantry and the back hallway. In the pantry, we've got a stackable washer and dryer. We've got heavy-duty metal shelving that is going to accommodate a lot of pantry items.
So this year we're actually providing a full new wireless network, as well as helping out by providing donations from our technology partners and also donating TVs and the installation of them to help additional technology throughout the space.
We ended up doing the excavation for the elevator shaft.
You know, we saw the project. It started out as one little room, then it got bigger and bigger, and we just like, you know what? At that point, it felt good to kind of take over, you know, the drywall.
We ended up doing all the HVAC in this building. We had some nice contributions from some of our vendors, which helped a great deal. And then around the building, there was a number of plumbing projects that were handled by independent other contractors, and we just filled the void where they needed mains tied in and that sort of stuff.
Holy moly. He's like, I'm out of the kitchen.
Where's the thing? I need to see the kitchen. Oh my god. Oh, these are nice. They're gonna love you. Look at somebody got it. Is that yours? Wow. That is beautiful. This is awesome.
Crystal.
Oh, thank you. I haven't met you.
I know. I know. Yes, you're very, very welcome.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Right?
I'm sure.
They have a TV. They're also tiny.
Mirrors. Hey, for those mirror selfies you can.
Oh, all my mirror selfies? Oh!
Oh my goodness.
You wanted to believe what this room was before.
I can't believe how nice this is.
I didn't expect to see this amount of work done or this amount of dedication. It's hard to envision what the building would look like differently than from what it was. And it is more than we wished for, asked for, or even thought possible, especially during COVID and all of the, I don't know, there's just so much here. Like having a kitchen to be able to teach the kids how to cook for themselves and having a washer and dryer to teach them how to do their own laundry instead of us taking it home or telling them that I'll find them something different. A place to get a drink of water instead of coming in to get it out of the kitchen sink, and real floors. It's just, and then all the add-ons, all of the extra, the fireworks on the ceiling, when they tell me to look up, it's definitely gonna feel so much more like home. And I think that the kids are gonna feel more like people really care, and that if they care about them, they'll care about themselves. So I think that that's gonna be the best part.
This is not the same building. I'm very overwhelmed. This is absolutely phenomenal. So much more than we thought it was going to be. Every nook and cranny has something different and something beautiful, and I can't wait to see the kids come into this brand new space and see how much people care about them, that they were able to do this and wanted to do this, and I'm definitely going to cry now. And the kids in this neighborhood need this, so thank you so much. Sorry.
Walking into this building is a little bit overwhelming.
10 months ago, I was able to walk in on a somewhat regular basis and look at all the tight spaces and watch a group of people with 50 kids a day managing a limited space and a chaotic space and stuff piled everywhere, stuff that was falling apart. And to know that they can now walk into a space that's organized, it's brand new, it's bright, it's encompassing, it's got modern technology to it. It just blows my mind that the kids in downtown Nashua are going to have the opportunity to be able to learn, to be able to have modern technology and good foods and access to small things like a washing machine and dryer if they need it. Little things matter, and to be able to do it in a way for them on a day-to-day basis is just going to be such a boost up for them. The PAL Center is going to be a place that they're going to want to come to stay, not just come to be here for a couple hours a day.
I am overwhelmed. It is amazing what the Building on Hope people and all their volunteers have done, the contractors, the designers. This is not the same building that we first started in, and they have really positioned PAL so well for the next 30 years of our existence. I can't begin to describe the joy that's in my heart. Looking at each room, they're all so different, and it's so incredible what everyone has done. I just can't say thank you enough to everyone.
Blown away by everybody's love for this building, and I can't wait to fill it with kids. Every room you can feel love slap you right in the face, and that is the energy that we need. We're gonna do some good things here. We're gonna change kids' lives with this building, even more than we already were. And just so happy that we're here. It was a long road to get here, and thank everybody that was involved, because this is well worth every blood, sweat, and tears that went into this. The kids' faces that we'll see here in a minute are gonna lead to all of us feeling even more the emotion of this day, and just thankful, very, very thankful.
Wow. I'm not crying. Are you guys crying? That was really incredible. I don't even really remember what I was going to say during this transition, but I'm sure there are comments flooding in, and Executive Director Sean Nelson is up next to share some thoughts and comment back on what you guys have been saying. So I'll let him hop in.
Wow. So I said it right there on the video. Holy moly. For folks that don't know anything about PAL Youth Safe Haven, this center is a 100-year-old building located in the toughest area of our city. And as the comments come in, we're feeling the love for the folks that gave us that love in every room. I am not joking. You walk in here and you can feel the absolute love that was put into every inch of this building. You all heard that this was supposed to be a week-long project, 7 days, maybe 30 days, and it turned out to be 7 months, and it is incredible. You're going to hear Jen Miller's voice here, and as we go, you'll hear some comments. She is doing her best to keep track of all the comments that are happening, and we are loving the love, so keep it coming for sure. And I don't know if you can hear Jen or not, but when you hear the voice, it is Jen, and she's just going to shout out some of the comments that we've heard.
Hey everyone. So thanks so much for the comments. Some of the ones that are coming in are big shout outs. John said he's looking forward to seeing a full house of kids at the PAL building soon. Amber said that Eric read your heart and dedication to this city is bar none. We have a lot of shout outs to our designers and the amazing work they did. And people are absolutely adoring, as we are, Frank's gym. That's really important to us.
Yeah.
There's one question for you, Sean, if you want to answer. When will the building be back open for the kids?
Oh boy, that's a great question. So we're finishing up the last component of this project, which is the elevator shaft, and it is our hope that by the time that all of our young friends are back to school, that we too are opening this building so that we are aligned with our educational goals. Everything that we do at PAL is in three main categories: education, activity, and leadership. So if it is education, this is our priority, getting folks from one grade to the next and keeping them successful. We're doing that. And at this building, we have all the tools to achieve those goals. Activities, I already know that Officer Ben is watching, and he is excited to bring balance with Ben to the lower level, to get in front of those mirrors with our young friends and let's rock some kettlebells. And leadership, the spaces in here are amazing. We are pretty excited. Everything from Kane, if you're watching, we are psyched about all the STEM technology that exists in this building, teaching folks like Ariana and so many more in the Creative Learning Center. Junelli and her peers creating the plans for our next community service projects in the Mentor Hub. Lieutenant Carlos Camacho, I heard you loud and clear that you are ready to teach our friends, to teach them how to cook in our new kitchen. Jayla Desmond, you got a sneak peek of the building. We can't wait for you to join D-Rock in the dance class. And really, that's just the beginning. We are feeling the love tonight. We have been feeling the love from Building on Hope for the last 7 months. And behind me is all kinds of technology and all kinds of dolls and play areas. And I wish I could just run around the building with a GoPro and show you all, and maybe we'll do that later. I will say that we are ready to give small tours. So if you're seeing this tonight and you want to see with your own eyes, reach out to me, info@NashuaPAL.com. We'll organize a tour in small groups. We want people to see this. We want people to appreciate the effort that went in from the hundreds and hundreds of partners. I see you, Jen, and I just need to thank Building on Hope. It was alluded to in the video. They choose one nonprofit every other year. And this project was like no other for so many reasons. From the folks that donated literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in products, services, to the folks that showed up for 1 hour to help us paint or clean. This is how we strengthen our community. So thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for all of Building on Hope team. I hear there's an after party and I'm excited about it. So cheers to all of you. Cheers to our kids that are going to bring this building excitement throughout generations. We've been here for 30 years. We can't wait for the next 300 years because this building is going to launch us beyond the 21st century. So thank you all very, very, very much. I don't know if there's any last comments from Jen, but really it's what a ride this has been. Another excuse for me to be live on Facebook. Let's do it. Go ahead, Jen. What do you got?
Just a couple more comments that really, affirmed a lot of what you said. There's a huge effort on restoring the old building to such a warm, welcoming environment. Can't agree more, Diane. Colorful, brightly lit, life-affirming spaces. It's going to help so many kids in so many ways. Also, that wall behind you is amazing. We completely agree. And so Sean, a lot of shout outs to you, the amazing transformation. And then, of course, so many people recognizing how much work went in for Building on Hope and how amazing they are.
And holy moly, I forgot, this is crazy. I should have started with this. The team of folks that make this building magic, Miss Jen, Miss Jayla, Miss Iskar, Miss Sharina, Miss Jen, Officer Ben, I can't wait. Let's get in here and get to work. This is going to be, like I said in the video, let's change some lives. Let's change more lives than we can. To the hundreds of volunteers that come here on a daily basis, thank you. And I can go all night. I will not. I thank you all. Cheers to you all. It's been quite a night, quite an adventure, quite a journey. Thank you, Building on Hope.
Thank you, Sean. So as we wrap up the program, we're coming up on almost an hour. Let's bring in Building on Hope co-chair Jonathan Hawley for some final thoughts.
So thank you so much, Grace. My name is Jonathan Hawley. I'm a principal with Warren Street Architects in Concord, and I've been involved as co-chair of Building on Hope since its inception in 2009, when a very small group gathered and dreamed 11 years ago, seems just like yesterday. We never dreamed what was possible. I like to think myself as Building on Hope's crazy cheerleader because I really do believe in what we have as a group been able to accomplish over the last 10 years. I'm going to correct the governor and tell him that in those 10 years, we've raised $6.2 million in donated labor and materials. 6 not-for-profit agencies have been transformed to deliver even better services to their constituents. And those facilities are comfortable for them well into the future. All of this was realized in what we as New Englanders recall as a turn-of-the-century true barn raising, when neighbors come out to help a neighboring local farm raise a barn and build their future. For the last 11 years, we as a community have been exceedingly great neighbors. Easter Seals, Girls Inc., Opportunity Networks, Manchester PAL, the Concord Crisis Center, and now Nashua PAL all have facilities to deliver and match the amazing programs they offer. Young adults have a home and a goal to aspire to achieve great things in their lives. Disabled individuals have a program to support them being productive participants in this world. Children will be nourished and fed. Women in need have a refuge and a safe haven when in crisis. And now with Nashua PAL, the children of the inner city of Nashua will have a place they call home and build dreams for the future. I would like to leave you with a few thoughts, building on Karen's earlier comments and the videos that you've seen about the amazing transformation of Nashua PAL. Our motto of many hands make for light work cannot be overstated. Everyone that participated in this build, whether a longtime Building on Hope volunteer, an individual who walked in off the street to help for an hour, or a large company that seemingly jumped in and never left. Some gave a little, some gave a lot, but it's the sum of the whole that got us to the finish line. To the contractors and subcontractors, the weekend warriors, and the designers that led their charge, who total more than 400 companies and many unnamed individuals that saw the need and gave what they could, we say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your continued support of Building on Hope, and most recently for the miracle of Nashua PAL. To the many vendors, material suppliers who get these same calls every 2 years, you helped us achieve a $2.2 million renovation that otherwise would not have happened for PAL. We leave PAL with a great building and no debt for the cost of the renovation. It's truly a miracle. To the Building on Hope community, and you know who you are, you're all amazing, caring individuals that Karen and I, and most importantly, Nashua PAL, are proud to call friends. I have to say that I had my doubts that we could accomplish this grand goal, never mind during a pandemic that none of us understood. The completion of this project is a true miracle, and everyone that participated should be proud of their involvement. I hope and pray you all feel the same way. So in closing, I will ask everyone, as I did of Sean in one of the early planning sessions, think big. I said to Sean, no, think really big and tell us your dreams. Could you have imagined what we have all been able to accomplish here for Nashua PAL? I can, and I hope all of you do as well in the future, because I have an unwavering belief that people are good and most people want to help and be involved. You simply need to ask for their help. So as we wrap up this tonight, I ask what's next. I acknowledge that we're all tired, but in true form, most of the Building on Hope volunteers in 6 months of rest, I know this group, they'll be recharged. And I challenge everyone that has been involved to remember what we did here and what we might accomplish as a group in the future. Anything is possible. And I urge you to keep an open mind and communicate with us and not lose faith as we go into the unknown. So that's all from me. I just wanted to thank everyone, and to Sean and Jen and the Nashua PAL community. I just want to wish you enjoy and have fun in your new home. That's all from me.
Thanks, Jonathan, and thanks, Karen and Sean, and everyone for tuning in and joining us tonight. That's really it. It's done. You've seen the new place. There's much ahead, and tours to come, photos to come. Hopefully one day, you can all walk through it yourselves. But in the meantime, feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you'd like. Keep those happy tears flowing. But thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and happy holidays. Bye, everyone.